Hey everybody, Brandon Railway here. I'm gonna take this a little slow. I had a little bit of a bigger breakfast today, so I'm a little off. And I haven't been down on the floor much to run my trains, and so this is a little, the chest is just a little tight this morning, but nothing to worry about. Anyhow, this is my rivet counter -9 that I redid the logo on. Focus on that so it looks a little more crisp. And then I also added up here auto start labels there by the numbers and on by the door, if it'll focus on that one. I added those to this locomotive because I've got some pictures of -9s and stuff that have those on it, and I wanted to add that on there because it's just an extra detail that I like. This is my custom cars train. I have added a few cars to make the train a little bit longer while I'm waiting on other cars from other people's railroads. I believe Nathan DeLay is going to be working on a custom load for a flat car or something for me. I'm hoping to get one from SMT Mainline and Uncle Wilmer with Indian Head Valley Railway. I think last year or the year before he said he would make a car for me with his Indian Head Valley Railway logos. But I have some new cars that I've been working on and stuff and making for my different railroads and stuff, or different companies and everything. One more thing I do want to show you real quick on this engine is that little white piece inside the cab is the camera. See if I can zoom in just a little bit more. Nope. Okay. But yeah, that's actually a camera inside the engine that's in real life. That camera is really on those locomotives. I think that's a pretty cool detail that they were able to put on the inside of that cab there. But anyhow, this is a 50 car train, and it's just a test to see if this engine can do it. Because I know the other rivet counter, the Tier 4 I had, it was pulling 40 to 45, I think, with no problems. So I figure this train's a little bit lighter, and we'll see if it'll pull this train or not with the grade that I have coming back into the living room. I'm not too worried with it going into the bedroom, but where I think it might have issues is going into the coming back into the living room. So we'll go ahead and get the train going here, and I can also show you some of the details that's on it. Let's see, it's very hard to tell, but there is a light on under the cab, and I'm gonna have to set the camera down for just a second because this train's not gonna do it by itself. So I'm gonna set the camera down for just a minute because I do have a secondary locomotive right here, because I had this hooked up as a lash up with my Norfolk Southern Tier 4 that I did more decal work to because it's an operator series, and so I added warning labels and stuff to it to make it look more like a rivet counter. And since I got it on here, I will go ahead and get that hooked up, and that way we can get this train rolling. Here we go. So there's the -9 rivet counter, and there's the operator series Tier 4. I plan on getting at least one more -9 and another Tier 4, a couple ES44s from Scale Trains. I really like their locomotives. They're nice and heavy, good pullers. Anyhow, now that we got both engines on here, I can get this train a-rolling. Advanced Freight Processing Group is the AFPG. Those are custom cars. Next two cars are just custom. Sam X is my sister's railroad. And just a few other cars that are, I don't want to say not custom, but not part of anybody else's railroad. Ashland Model Railroaders and Rail Fans is the club that I'm in. Couple of Scale Trains cars. I renumbered the red one. Akron, Canton, Youngstown. Bud X for my uncle. George's Sunbelt, there's a car for you. Car for my friend over in Germany. And I came unhooked from the train. So we'll take a quick walk back here and get hooked back up. It's the only thing I hate about when I take an engine off or add an engine. It never wants to stay connected perfectly. So we'll pull that up to here and get this reconnected again. Can't wait to get the flooring redone in the apartment. Then I won't have to worry about any of this. Because the guys that are coming in to do this are going to have all the flooring done to where there is absolutely no grades. And that'll make things a lot easier. But anyhow, then we have Martin Adkins Leasing Company, which is my uncle. And Buckeye Western. Bradley Mandeville, Mandeville Farm Co-op. Garrett Leedy Railway. Sergio Vidora Corporation. Crooked River and Eastern. And I'm going slow so you guys can get a good look at these. There's Dave's Locomotive Hobby. There's a car that I put a guy on for giggles. Davies Steel is Dean Freytag car. And we got Ohio Southern. Another car that I put a couple characters on just to make it look like they're checking the load when it's in a yard. Terry Lee and Phaedra. Steel slab car. Strock Rail Corporation. Sergeant Schultz for one of my friends. Killian Horse Trading Company, or Training Company. The car on the flat car there is for my great-grandpa and his brother with the old-time fire truck. I'm missing the F on Brandon Railway's car. There's Kokosing Valley. This one here is kind of a double car. It's kind of for Jack Jack, but also for my uncle Jim Adkins. So I've got it listed as Jim Adkins Corporation. So if Jack Jack sees this and wants to do up a car or has one or whatever, I can do one up. Or I would like to get one if he's got one. And these are just regular cars. Pittsburgh and Shawmut. Mount Blessings Railway. Diamond Hills Baptist Church. Scioto Valley. Kanawha in Ohio. Southridge, another Dean Freytag car. There's my Crohn's and PTSD awareness car. We'll get the train moving again, and then there's Cincinnati and Southern. Bringing up the rear, and it's got the Fred unit on it. And then once the train comes back out this way, we'll be able to get a good look at the walkway lights that are on it. There is one on the front of the engine, but it's pretty hard to see during the day Kind of hard to see even at night too, just because of how bright the headlight and ditch lights are, and I did get the number boards lit on that engine, so with all the extra lights it's pretty hard to see the front walkway light. But the side walkway light is wired in for forward. The back walkway light is wired in to where it only works when the locomotive is going backwards. So at some point when I'm running this engine backwards, I will show that to you, because I don't have the back ditch lights hooked up. I couldn't seem to get both of them going at the same time with the other lights and stuff, so eventually I'm gonna try to work on that and get that hooked up to where it works fine. But I'm gonna have to take a break here for just a second and fix one of the cars that came unhooked. Not sure why. But for some reason, one of the cars decided to come unhooked. Probably because it knows I'm filming this and I'm not doing it in sections. I'm just filming it all at once. Because I don't want to spend all day on the floor and have a massive asthma attack. That's another update. I don't know if I told you guys or not, but I have developed asthma since having COVID back in January, so that's part of why I have not had a chance to do many videos. Of course, we're going to come unhooked coming into the living room here because of a stupid reason. Get moving, and yep, there you can see the side walkway light on that engine. That school bus car is the one that came unhooked. And I can see why. I'm going to stop the train for just a second to hook it up better. Coupler is just a bit off on it, on the height, but no big deal. I am still looking for the all red Scale Trains boxcar. If anybody has one, I'd like to buy one, because I would love to be able to have that. It's the first edition. I've got the second edition, and I've got the Kit Classic gray with red doors. So I would really like to be able to get that third Scale Trains car, so I've got all three of them. And if anybody watching this wants a custom car made to be put on this train, just let me know and I'll make one for your railroad. I do have a couple more that I could add, but I don't have them on the train right now. And so if anybody wants a custom car made or has one that would like to see it featured on this train, please let me know, because I am always looking to add to this and take some of those regular cars off. So for now, this is Brandon Railway signing off.